the exact length and width of the Ark of the Covenant. He said that's in the very center of this area that he laid out as the ancient Holy of Holies. And I'm inclined to agree with that. But here's an article that says that they can build the temple somewhere else.
Yes, as a matter of fact, a third opinion has arisen. You know the old saying about argumentation in Israel: 2 Jews, 3 opinions. Well, we have the 3 opinions now, and the third opinion is that it's the ark could be built virtually anywhere the prophet says it is to be built. In other words, the Jews are looking for a prophet to return prior to the return of Messiah ben Joseph, and when that prophet shows up, he can prophesy and say it's okay to build it over here, and they can do it. And so this would give them leave to build a temple. And now, who would that prophet be, J.R.? Of course,
Elijah.
Elijah.
The Jews are looking for Elijah to come, and he's supposed to have 5 things with him: the Ark of the Covenant, the ashes of the red heifer, the ephod, that's the breastplate of the high priest, and the glory from the Holy of Holies, the Shekinah glory that once dwelt among the in the Holy of Holies, and other things. So we don't know when he's going to show up, but according to the book of Ezekiel, chapters 37, the last 3 verses of chapter 37, through chapters 40 through 43, especially chapter 42, mentions a wall being built to make a separation between the Jewish sanctuary and a profane place on that mountain. The profane place, I contend, is the Mosque of Omar.
Now, there will be a temple. There's going to be a temple. And Jesus said, talking to the disciples, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, he said, then flee. Well, the holy place has to have a temple. That has to be inside the temple. And Paul wrote in 2 Thessalonians, wrote about this same event, saying in 2 Thessalonians 2:4, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So, J.R., there's little room for doubt that there must be a temple built soon.
Yes. And the Sanhedrin court has been organized. You know that, of course. We told you that years ago. The Sanhedrin court has let out a contract for a prefab building that they contend will be the sanctuary until the Messiah comes to build the grandiose temple in the Messianic era. So they don't have to build the final temple. They don't have to have something as elaborate as Solomon's or Herod's temple. They can have something along the order of the Mosaic tabernacle. Though they don't have the Mosaic tabernacle itself, they can build a building and to make their own Holy of Holies.
Whatever the case, isn't it fascinating, a coincidence that the Holy Ark, that the temple, all of these things that fit together into prophecy have all come into the news right now at this particular time.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
It is.
On July the 7th, there's going to be a moon eclipse, an eclipse of the moon. And on July 22nd, there will be a solar eclipse to introduce the month of Av in the Jewish calendar. And that, of course, the 1st of Av through the 9th of Av are the 9 darkest days in Jewish history. This is the day when the Jews don't wear any clean clothes for 9 days. They're not allowed to bathe or shave. They sit on upturned furniture. These are not days of comfort for the Jews. And I think that's a prophetic view of some future time of trouble. I don't know that it will begin this July, but there are a lot of things in the mix for the next few weeks, aren't there?
And indeed, we're going to continue to be watching all of these events, bringing you the latest news as quickly as possible. J.R., I don't think we've heard the last concerning the Ark of the Covenant.
Indeed. I wish we could get some more information on it.
Yes.
Well, last Friday, we were to introduce our last of 7 studies, the study on the book of Jude. And it was inadvertently not put up when it was supposed to go up. But it is up there now. If you will go back to Friday and click and watch the last of the 7 programs, then you will have all 7 programs of the 7 small books between Hebrews and Revelation that depict the 7 years of the tribulation period. I especially like the one on Jude, Gary, because it quotes Enoch.
Oh, yes.
And it talks about the fallen angels and the doctrine of Balaam. And so it has a lot of fascinating things in it. And to me, Jude is the most tremendous picture of the last year of the tribulation period that one could possibly have. So be sure and pick up last Friday's program and look at the programs from last week if you missed any of them. Well, Gary, final word?
Final word. We're living in prophetically exciting times. JR, I can feel things beginning to move, beginning to happen. Keep it tuned right here to Prophecy in the News.
Yeah. Something breaks, we'll bring it to you. I'm J.R. Church and Gary Stearman. Until next time, keep looking up. We'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow, with our analysis of the news.